Morning, everyone. Today is Monday, July 5th, and I would like to read to you today somebody else's spiritual reflection. Give me a little break, perhaps, this morning. And this is from one of the people I turn to often for my own spiritual enlightenment. And his name is Stephen Charleston, who describes himself as a retired Episcopal bishop and a Native American elder. And I thought this would be appropriate on this 5th of July, coming out of the celebrations of the 4th of July, when we can perhaps refocus our attention on what makes up our nation from the natural world, how we integrate ourselves into the whole world and even beyond. So he wrote a few days ago, "I have a spiritual invitation for you. I would like to invite you to join me in praying for a long shot. Our chances of success may be in miracle territory, but I still think we have to try." So what are we praying for? We are praying for a great renewal, a cosmic shift of the human heart, a revolution of concern for this planet. We are praying that the day of our awakening to the earth will not only happen, but that it will happen now all across the globe. I know our environmental crisis is a complex issue with a million moving parts. So to make any real impact would require a shift in priorities across many fronts. I know that you are already doing every practical thing you can do your part. Now is also time for the impractical. Prayer is hope against all the odds. Let us all pray together. I'd also like to read to you from the letter of Romans that Paul wrote, who says something very similar in the beginning, the first chapter of Romans. And he says, "Ever since the creation of the world, God's invisible attributes of eternal power and divinity have been able to be understood and perceived in what God has made." So on this 5th of July, let's join together in prayer and ask God to give us the courage and the wisdom to not only pray for ourselves, but to pray for where we live, to pray for trees and oceans, to pray for lands and animals and fish, to pray for atmospheres and galaxies and universes, that we may not only focus on exploration and discovery of these things for ourselves, but the exploration of these things so that we can see the majesty of God's handiwork. Lord, hear our prayer.